because no one is accountable. And that stems from the very top. You will note that when I email you, it goes to Kathleen Sibilis. It goes to the people at the state level. It goes to everyone at disability. It is not I who am wrong. It is I who am not being helped by this system. And I, like I said, will not give up my principles and my values to get what's mine. So, I don't know if you guys want to see videos. I don't know if you want to see prior paperwork. I don't know if you want to see my paperwork to the city attorney, who told me under Penal Section 632, yada, 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 when I responded, I never got a response. I wasn't even afforded that humanity. I have it all. Trust me, I've kept everything. I've turned over every stone and every rock because I'm telling the truth. And in this society, that's all I have left.
Is there anything else?
I don't know where we should start with this. Like I said, I would like to show you the videos because in so many ways, this entire thing is like the Boy Scouts. The recent scandal of the Boy Scouts finally being exposed for the cover-up and the pedophilia, and the courts looking the other way, and the medical professionals looking the other way, and law enforcement looking the other way. This is exactly the same thing for the brand name recognition of the Department of Public Health dispensing public health, which it's not. I've already proven that when I was falsely arrested for emergency services, when I was denied my HIPAA rights in seeking my medical records, and now on 8/15, simply following up on all the denials. I couldn't even get help at the Department of Public Health. All I could get was a bogus stay-away order. What do I need to do? Where should I go die? Please tell me. Because I can tell you, honestly, having to get up and fight for what's right every day, in addition to being ill, is not living. And I've had years of this.
So you have a captive audience of people who I think are trying to do, and I know are trying to do their jobs and do it well, but we're all, I think, a little bit flummoxed, frustrated, because you're hard to follow, and you need to own that. And so I think that some of the nuggets that I've read in your emails and what I try to pull out, you know, as to how we can try to help you, is why we've assembled and have asked people from around the city to do their best to be as helpful as they possibly can. I don't want to come at this from a point of if somebody did not do what you would like, or there's a grievance here, I don't know how to remedy or resolve that. The best use, I think, of the people that you have assembled here is how we move forward.
Okay, unfortunately...
And so I'm... we're not here to litigate. We're only here to try to do what we can, I think, to assist you in whatever your desire is through medical care or
I love the fact that you use the word litigate, because it reminds me so much of when I went to Nancy Pelosi and I got letters from Nancy Pelosi having looked into my prior case. Right. And in the end, when they didn't produce anything or no results, you know, I went back and her assistant told me that they couldn't legislate morality and accountability. I love the fact that you use the word litigate. You know, it comes down to the crux of what your organization stands for, what it's there to protect, serve, all these other things. Sir, I'm simply asking for, you know, my legal rights to be enforced.
Right.
You know, now, you know, do you say, let's move forward? No. Excuse me. I've lived the past in which I've expressed the truth, in which the corrections have not been made, in which the people have not been accountable, and for you to even suggest to move forward under those auspices, which I can prove, and it's still continuing, because you still haven't answered who arrests for medical law violation, you know, yada, yada, yada. You know,
actually, I have in the email.
And I've told you that the DA has denied what you've stated.
Well,
I've also made it obvious to you that you can go down there with me and we can have on tape a discussion between who's correct and who's not correct, which you haven't responded to. So please, sir.
So I'm not here to be argumentative.
I am not either. I'm being honest and telling the truth. So now, who is telling the truth? Are you telling the truth, or is the DA telling the truth? And who can arrest for medical law violations? Because remember, I have it on video that he says he cannot.
The jurisdiction is the district attorney and or the city attorney, but they elect to decide what they prosecute. They don't prosecute every crime that is presented to them. That's obvious. Or else the police would.
Or maybe they over-prosecute things, you know, closer to home for you, you know, and to show you the overzealous that they can be in their.
I'm answering your question.
Yes,
so
I
as
understand.
it relates to medical law, the jurisdiction, depending on what type of violation medical law, would either be city attorney or the district attorney municipally. So if they choose not to support you in that, we have no role in this.
So let me see if I got this right.
Forward,
So if I go back to the Department of Public Health and they provide another bogus stay-away order because the city attorney or the district attorney or whomever is not going to follow up on the criminal fraud, they can get away with it again, and you guys can just escort me off because you're just washing your hands and doing your job.
Well, you seem to be very combative in the sense that I just answer your question, but you don't like the answer.
No, I'm just expounding on the answer. So to be combative is a total misrepresentation. Okay. I'm laying out the whole truth. So where does that leave me, the victim, then?
I don't know. And so,
well, these are prepaid services. All I want is what I've paid in for and to receive medical care. Okay, so I've consistently asked for it. I've said, hey, walk me across the street. You know, I can show them all the paperwork of their prior denials.
You want to walk? I need to try to be as focused as possible. So how do we structure this? You want to be walked across the street to do what?
To receive medical care.
And you need to be walked by whom?
By you guys. You can see that as I'm sitting there explaining my medical care.
You need to be escorted for what reason?
I would like to. For what reason? I mean, how can you ask that? Did you not see the bogus stay-away order that they produced criminally fraudulently and that apparently nobody's going to follow up on because, you know, you're too sorry, you know, you don't understand not only who can enforce medical law, but, you know, it's beyond your jurisdiction. And in the meantime, Mr. Victim, just go die somewhere? What?
Well, I'm asking, what is it that you need? What is it that you need?
I needed what I've always sought, my medical care.
There's a stay-away order that's a court-ordered document.
Is that stay-away order valid?
We don't have the ability. Yes, please.
As far as 101 Grove goes and Tom Waddell, you can enter as you please.
Well, wait a minute. So are you telling me that that stay-away order that was on the videotape is not valid?
As I can't speak to that specific question.
I'm very confused.
As of today, okay, you can go into Tom Waddell and you can go into 101 Grove if you choose. No one is
there a stay-away order?
As we understand it, at 101 Grove, there was a stay-away order. However, the sheriffs were misunderstood of what the specifics were and when it ended. So as of today...
I'm confused. I'm really confused because you're saying that as of today, but let me please clarify something because I want the whole picture. Remember, I was confrontational with Ross.
Nice.
I'm trying to be nice. You know, you're representing... Well, then let me phrase the question appropriately. Okay? Now, you told me as of today that I can go in and at the stay-away order. Well, excuse me, what about that stay-away order that supposedly was there? Because remember, I did sunshine the Department of Public Health, and they said there was no such document. Now, for you to say that there was one before...
I did not say that, so I just...
Oh, I thought you said there was one before.
I just would like to be very clear. You asked to be walked across the street to receive services today. I'm letting you know, as of today, you can enter 101 Grove as well as Tom Waddell, if that's what you choose.
And I will receive services and be allowed to videotape the receipt of those services.
You can enter the building. As far as services, that is not in the realm of my job duties. So when you get there, then you can address that with them. But I'm letting you know you can enter that building.
Okay, so that takes care of one issue. What's the other issue that's outstanding? What's the other issue?
So now I can enter the building.
Apparently so.
Okay, so what about the fact that I couldn't, the bogus stay-away order? What about the fact that I couldn't on 8/15 and, you know, the months that I've been denied?
You have to address that with the individuals who you spoke to before.
And I'm not aware of it, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. You
didn't see the audio, the videotape on YouTube.
But I don't understand. That's why I've asked you to a meeting.
That's why I'm confused. You don't understand that I walked there seeking services, and that, you know, after much go around, they came down with a bogus stay-away order.
I'm sorry. I don't have any information about a stay-away order.
And you guys don't remember receiving that, Paul, that I showed you on, you know, the copies that you made that I showed, the bogus stay-away order and pointed to it and said, you know, it said stay away as of 1/18/2012?
I haven't seen it personally, but according to what has just been stated, if the stay away is lifted, and we don't